Hi y'all, this is Leah from Mommyish, and today I'm going to be going over the brand new style request bundle. I had so much fun creating it for y'all. Y'all had so many good ideas, and I've half made another bundle. So, of course, the same thing applies. I said I was going to do a drawing, but I ended up trying to get every single person who had requested the styles used or something similar to go ahead and give that bundle to y'all. So be sure to check your messages if you haven't already. Um, and if not, keep your eyes open because there are more styles that I am working on. So first off, I just want to say thank you. I just so many great ideas, and I absolutely love, adore creating styles. You all know this, so I get a little carried away. So I'm just gonna hop right in. So I just have some graphics ready to show you how I would be using these with the different types of elements. Um, and whatnot to gain fun effects. So here we go. Now I'm just going to zoom into this heart here. The first one is the silly band, like rubbery band one. This one's a little different because of the way it's created. And I don't think y'all will mind it though, because it's definitely useful for it to be created this way. But all right, so just right off the bat, I'm just going to apply the style to it. There's one without a drop shadow, one with a drop shadow. This is with. So you have that. Once you do that, you're going to double click on your style. It'll pop up your little, the box looks different in Elements, but same thing. You go to where it says stroke, the fill type is color, and then here is where you change it. You would change it to a different color as you see there. Or you can also change it to a pattern or a gradient in Creative Cloud. So a gradient is a lot of fun, and I had created a new gradient because I was like, I wonder what this is going to look like. And I mean, it looks awesome is what it looks like. How fun is that? It makes me want to like create a kit that has unicorns and like macaroons or runs or whatever. Yes. But yeah, that's how that works. But let's have it match the rest of what I'm doing right now. So let's go with nah, not red. I kind of dig this like green, so we'll go with the green. It also comes with a little with a action that will warp your element. It just the layer needs to be simplified or rasterized before you do that. And also, I wouldn't do that with the drop shadow on it because it'll look wonky. You know, if you're creating this as an element to put in a kit, take the drop shadow off, then run it. That way you're not, yeah, too committed. You don't want to be too committed. Okay, next up is our metal rimmed flare. Now, quite a few recommended this style, and um, I will say it was a bit of a challenge, you know, to do it because getting the rim itself and maintaining a that look of like a epoxy or whatever is not simple. But it was fun to try to figure it out and create all these different edges. So I have three that work well with smooth circle areas, and then I have two that work with things that have like a sharp edge, for example, like a heart here, uh, like that. So just step backwards a little bit, but you can see there how that works. Oops. That was me applying it on the flower instead of the base. Ta-da! All right, so we have this in chrome. So let's see, chrome. We have it in silver. We have it in a gunmetal. We have gold. It's very pretty, and rose gold. And then each one of those has the different little edgings to it. So, and the reason why I did those last two was because I was testing on text and I wasn't loving the way it was looking on text. Now I know I was creating it specifically for Brad's, but or Flair, but I still like to text things on or test things on text. And so let me show you what I was noticing. I was noticing that anywhere where there's like a sharp sort of corner, it got kind of wonky here. Like the edging itself, it doesn't maintain because it's a smooth bevel. So I needed to change it to a chiseled hard bevel, right? But then it's hard to get a soft effect. So again, this is softening a chisel hard bevel, but at least it gives it somewhat an effect that I thought looked kind of cool. Maybe not with this specific font, it's not quite thick enough, but hopefully you kind of get a gist for what that might look like. So yeah, you can use that on text as well. So I'm going to clear that off. Clear, 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 clear. Ta-da. Okay. Next up, we have felt. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to play around with this leaf. So with this one, I did each with glitter and without glitter, right? Without. And then there's different bevels and whatnot to just make it a little more variant, you know, give you more options. So with or without, I kind of like with, and this is using the first one, and then here the fourth style as well. And that's a fun little felt. I really like how that looks. Also, if you don't like the inner the edging there with the inner shadow, you can either maybe tone down the opacity a bit, or you could literally and also you'd have to do it with the bevel itself. And I just realized I'm doing this one instead of that one. All right, again, double click, bevel and emboss, the inner shadow. This is where you would soften that up. Either turn it off completely, you can unclick it, or just turn down the opacity. You can add more noise. I like the noise because I don't know, it gives it kind of a cool, it makes it look like it is like a felty, you know, like not a perfect edge texture. Anyway, don't be afraid to play around with this style if you know, like the effects within. You know, the effects within. All right. So yeah, that's our felt, and I think that one's just fun, just all around fun. I really like that one. Next up are the wood overlay styles. Now I'm going to use the same little flare element, and I'm going to use this flower element too. So I'm just going to add a border around it. So I'm just going to do stroke, and I'm going to sample color here. I'm going to put the stroke on the outside, and let's make it a hefty one there. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and simplify slash rasterize the layer style so it's one thing now. And I'm just going to go through the different ones. You can see here that the effect goes right over. It's seamless. I believe these are 6x6 tiles. And then I did a secondary set that has like a little edging to it. And again, if you feel like this is too strong of a wood effect, double click, go to your pattern overlay, turn down the opacity until you get it the way you would like it. This works really nicely on text as well. So you see here, like on Vintage Rose, it looks very pretty. Again, will look really cool with the different little edging bevels. A lot of fun. But yeah, super fast way to create a brand new element. Oh, come on, look at that. That is pretty. Isn't that nice? Very nice. Okay. Next up, I'm going to be showing you the vintage paper on a larger piece of paper so you can get more of an effect of the patterns that I used. So there are several that are just full on change everything. It's not one of those universal type styles, but they each, I had several different scans that I layered and blended in different ways. And you'll notice some duplicates of using textures but blended in different ways, so they're not the same technically. Like, I love that one. Okay, and that one, and that one. Okay, and then we're getting here toward the, I really like this guy here. These are all from pieces of ephemera that I've collected over time. Whenever I'm going to a yard sale or a flea market, I'm always looking for paper, like old ledger books and things like that. So it's really fun. But you see here the overlay itself. I mean, imagine this on a paper, right? So it adds this. I love it. I'm like, I love it. I really like the one with the script. I haven't tried to read what's there, but I think it was from a ledger of some sort. So if we double click on this to kind of see what's going on here, if there's pieces of it that you don't want, again, just uncheck it. So if you don't want the inner glow, which is that edging bit, unclick it. Now if you want it to be stronger, deepen it up, or even maybe increase the size, see, like that. You can just, there's so much you can do just by playing with these little sliders just a little bit. Don't be afraid. It's a good time. The inner shadow, again, was just to add a little more depth. You can unclick that. And of course we have our pattern overlay. I also did a color overlay to add a little bit of a antiqueness to it, because as you see, here's the actual color. There is kind of trying to antique it a twinge, kind of tone those colors, make them a little warmer. I really liked the way it ended up looking. So hopefully y'all do too. And then the very last one was one to go with it. So I'm going to go ahead and group this so you can see, which was a distressing overlay. So when I do that, you can see there it adds even more distressing to this. Now you can use this on any over any element. So let's say I have this guy here. Let's change the color so you can maybe see this overlay a bit better. All right, so I have this wood text. I'm grouping it, or you would simplify, whatever. And then I'm adding the style to the group. And you can see there how it just added a bit of grunginess to it. Really fun. Here, let's do this one too. Just for the heck of it. All styles, more styles, all the styles. See, there, more. More is more, right? More is better. More is better. Yes, maybe. So, yeah, it's just a bunch of playing around and just having a good time. And I think I'm going to go ahead and show you some of the other things I was working on that I didn't quite finish. But why not show you what is in store in the future? Someone had asked for a holographic gold-edged sticker style. So I had played around with that for a little bit and kind of came up with this. It's kind of fun. Someone hadn't requested this, but I had made this previously. Were so many glitter styles. so many glitter styles to work with the various amount. I don't know why I keep saying variant. A variety. There we go. A variety of different types of elements or things that maybe have a pattern on them, but you still want that little shimmery, or just like a full on. One of the things I did with this set was I didn't want it to be flat color. I wanted it to be dimensional, so you still have the color, but also just like glitter does, where it you know, you're seeing usually more than just like a two-tone color. Another thing that I am working on, and we'll see if I end up releasing this. I'm not sure. I'm not sure because I've never released something like it before. Is a set of brushes where you change your foreground color and your background color, light, dark, right? And they're glitter brushes that are dynamic in that, hopefully this does the right way. You see there? Oh, it saved my the colors that I had already had. I need to make a new one, but you can see there that they're little speckles of glitter. Ta-da! Like that. And yeah. Y'all want this? Maybe? Yes? Maybe no? Maybe yes? Maybe no? Let me know in the comments. Yeah, so have an excellent International Digital Scrapbooking Day. And I just want to take a moment to thank all of you for being my customers and just always being so awesome. I know I've been like everywhere lately. We moved. We unfortunately had a death in the family. It's been a weird, wild few months, but as always, trying to get back in it and bring y'all things that will also bring you joy, just like it brings me joy. So thanks again, and have a lovely day. Bye bye.